Hi, I'm Shireen,
And I'm Zach.
and you are watching
Black Love UK Season 3.
So I knew Zach was my person when, and I don't think I can pinpoint a certain time, but it's just that I kept on seeing him in the future. So I just knew that I was excited to see him. And then I knew that if I can have a conversation with you, we'd be making plans about what we could do next year. And everything was future with him. And then, well, now it's forever, but it's it was easy. It was getting to know you was really, really easy. I felt like I'd known you for a very long time, and it wasn't hard. You know, when sometimes when they say like it's difficult, it wasn't difficult. It's almost like you've always been there. And sometimes even when I think about us, we haven't even been together 5 years, and we've achieved so much already.
Mhm.
But it's just because getting to know you was easy, falling in love with you was easier.
For me, I knew after a month of us dating that
A month?
Yeah, I always say that. I've always told you that.
Okay.
Yeah, a month after us dating, I knew that this was going to be the man that I was going to marry.
You said that, yeah.
Yeah, because I just when they say when you know, and I just knew that I was going to marry this man. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I knew not too long after that, but I was trying to fight it. Like, I was trying to, like, resist a little bit because it was a bit scary. Like them feelings coming back. Like, I was falling for this woman. And I was like, oh, like, I'm here. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And, like, I just dived in. So, like, maybe for me, like, 2-3 months is when I knew that I was really gonna take this serious. And
Yeah, but you had more to think about than I did because I had a baby.
yeah, you had a 1-year-old
Yeah.
daughter. So yeah, for me, like, I was thinking about becoming a stepdad and all of that. So there was a lot for me to think about. So I was a bit scared, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So it took me a bit longer to like click. But when I did, I just like went straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say for me, when I knew that I found my person with Shireen was when I realized she sacrificed certain things to help me. We get along. We first got together. We didn't get to go with proper dates. She helped me sort out some things that needed to be sorted out in my life. And so I would say the best thing that happened for us early was we had to work backwards in dating. Couldn't go on dates, so we had to spend more time together. So first thing she did was help reduce my bill with the big storage unit, help me clear that out.
Yeah.
Which helped me clear out a lot of memories, and there was a lot of things that was personally within me that got released from that. And since then, that's what I knew, because I offered, hey, we can do more things. She told, no, let's sort out what you need to sort out. And that was a big thing for me because it was showing some support for me already early on. And so then from there, I knew, oh, Shireen's someone that would actually is there for me emotionally as well. And with that said, she's been on my side for a lot of things since we got together ever since.
Yeah, I mean, you're my bestie.
Yeah, you're mine. Yeah. So that for me, it's just the support that's knew that she was the person for me. And I'm a pain in the butt, and she still helps, and she sticks around for everything.
He's a pain in the butt, but he's very kind. Very, very kind, very fun, very loving, very supportive, very family orientated. This is what you showed me, and this was all the things that I'd asked for, and I wasn't going to turn down my blessing. You know, that was it.
I think the moment for me where I knew that, yeah, I'm into you was at our second Box Park event when, like, straight after, because you guys performed. So
Yeah.
you guys had won. You guys actually won the show.
Yeah.
So after your performance, which was at the very beginning of the show, we went off to get food, and we were basically there until, like, we were basically just talking, and the way we were standing was such that behind you was the seating area where everyone was watching the show. And it wasn't that I just noticed in a sort of my peripheral, everyone was getting up. And that's when I noticed that we had been there at the food stall talking the entire show. And given the sort of nature of the show, because of musically inclined, very audience involved. That's kind of crazy that we were just sort of in our own world.
Mm.
But that's when I felt that you and I were almost in that environment, but out of it at the same time, almost like we were in our own little bubble.
Right.
And for me, that's when, when you sort of captured me
Right.
in that way, I think, there's no denying it for me personally.
Right. I actually remember that moment, and then you were kind of like just almost like you were talking about, like, you were just talking to me about like normal things, and then you were saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take you to Morocco, this, that, I'm gonna this, I'm gonna that, and I'm just like, I can't hear what you're like. I can hear what you're saying, but I can't really hear what you're saying. Like, you're just so like, you're just so good. You're so good. It's like I've always known that you were good looking, but I never knew like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking in your face, and I'm just like, oh, like, yeah, he's fine.
So, Flexi, let me tell them this.
You'd have to answer.
You ever hear them say when the bees pitch for you? You know your mother, that's what you say.
My pitch
Look,
in. Yeah,
because she's
that's
colourful. You know, she says like a bees because she's beautiful. What you hear?
all
You
of
know
these
when the
things.
bees pitch for you.
Straight.
So you see when the bees pitch for me, and me listen one song where you see when the artist they see me, big up Charlie Blacks and them artists they see you because you don't know they give it straight. But me listen to that song you too as well.
Oh, it go.
I wanna give you some sweet love. Could I do a night shift? So what I tell us, that shows I'm find my queen. And what do you find?
A king. I am him, baby.
So you know, say, that is it. And a flame. And the king and the queen.
Winning team.
Winning team.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking in your face, and I'm just like, oh, like, yeah, he's fine.
Damn,
But then, I think for me personally, and I feel like other women probably like be able to like relate to this, like, you know, like someone's the one, like, not just by looks and stuff like that, but like how they actually make you feel, and you know, the emotional connection. So I think like for me, it was like kind of in whilst we were actually like dating kind of thing, early stages, and I think I was like, I wasn't feeling well. It was like a regular flu or something like that. And just the way that you came in and just like patterned everything in the house, like everything was sorted. Like, I have children from a previous relationship, so the children were patterned. They weren't like ripping things off the wall or like doing the normal thing that they were doing. Like, you made sure they were fed, you made sure they were entertained, and you literally like cradled me like a baby, looked after me, and you weren't scared to look after me. And I was just like, that's a man. Like, that's somebody that I can literally depend on. And it was just that dependability that it was just like, yeah, like, this is my person. Like, there's no denying, like, this is my person, because no one's ever done that for me before, like, ever. So yeah, that's how I knew you were the one.
For me, I think I found the one because of there was a spark. I think that from my previous relationship, I had felt a little bit kind of wearied or weary, tired. And I think that when we started to date officially, I think there was a joy and there was a strength. And I think for me, it was just the light that you brought in. I think I've just gone through a kind of a dark transition, and I thought you brought light in. And I thought we really, really was on the same rhythm and on the same vibe. And I think what was really good, we wanted the same things out of life.
Yeah.
And I think it is that really got us just really vibing and chiming and that all of that, and I think it was just your smile. She's a beautiful smile, big bright, just right across her face, and she got these pretty acer eyes. There's just, you know, I was like, yeah, that's my future right there. Yeah.
How I knew that I'd found my person, you know, once we'd been in the church for a while and been friends for a while, I could just see this potential. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was looking at him, I said, I found Clark Kent, y'all. Clark Kent. Not even Clark Kent, like, when he'd moved, like, for those of you who know the history of Superman, Smallville, when he was growing up, like before he knew his potential, I could sense potential in Chelsea. I said, I want me some of that. Oh, sorry, let me say, I want to be part of this. I want to help bring that potential out. So I was just observing from afar and praying to God and really just be like, there is so many qualities in this man that I just think, yeah, I want to be his wife. So it was kind of like, not because easily you can fall for all sorts of stuff, but I was just really I was going to God. I was giving my heart to God because I knew that Chizzy would need to go to God to get my heart. So I just could see that. Oh, so I had to I could see the potential, and so now I've got a Clark Kent and Superman for life. Be that.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I am Superman because secret identity and all that.
I think for me, kind of similar to what Fesman said, I think we were both coming from
Challenge.
quite challenging past relationships. And I think for me, to be honest, even at the time when it happened, we wasn't looking just because of the situations we were coming from. So I think for me, I was on my journey of coming to God, just learning, I think growing and developing. And also, I think for me, also, I would say this is that, and I know sometimes people do feel this way in terms of when you've had a relationship, then because you've got kids, you possibly think that nobody else would want to date you or want to be in a relationship or even marry you. So I think for me, in my mind, that really wasn't the case. I wasn't thinking. I think I was more kind of trying to just work on myself, better myself, and just kind of be as best as I could for the boys. So I think for me, I wasn't really thinking that way, but I think between definitely the food situation, but I loved all that we had in common, and I think that what I loved about us is that we were friends for a long time before we even got into the relationship. So we got to know each other platonically and then kind of go to the next stage, and I think that's what I really love about our journey, and I think that was really important that we didn't just rush into it, but we actually got to know each other and then kind of grow and develop from there.
Yeah, it was important to us. I think that based on our past experience, we wanted to make sure we did things correct. We had some very tough conversations. About especially because of our children. And if it wouldn't work, we would make the right decisions. We had some very tough conversations, but I think they were necessary. It helped us to build the kind of foundation we needed for marriage. So yeah, I think it was a combination of it was a chemical moment, really, innit? There really was. And I think what helped is that we kept our friendship pure, which also helped. So we didn't make a decision just out of attraction, but just out of sense, which is difficult in this modern time. But we kept our friendship pure. We built on our relationship, and then I think that's when we knew we were like, this is it.
I'd always been praying to God about the qualities that I wanted in a wife, but I was also asking God to show me the qualities I would need, because it's not everything that you ask for that you need, And I saw that raw potential in Emma. So after she had said she liked me, and I've been praying to God about it, I'm in an R-ing, it came to a point where I was saying to God, this is a potential treasure and I don't want to pass that by. I don't want to miss this, because if I miss this and I look back and I'm like, oh wait, I will kick myself for the rest of my life. So I was like, Lord, I'm gonna put everything into this, everything on red, because red win. Everything on red.
No, it's black, babe. Because we're black.
But we're in red.
Black love.
Anyway, put all in. That's the point. All in.
Yeah.
And if it goes wrong, then I will just, like I said, I will blame you, Lord. But considering the end result, I blame God for such a great end result. So it's all good. But yeah, that's when I realized, because I don't want to miss this opportunity if it is an opportunity, So I want to see where this goes, and it's going. It's going.
Yeah.
So I knew I had found my person in Myra when we, as I said before, we were friends, and it was a gradual thing. It just came, it kind of snuck up on me, really. But I believe I knew it when all of a sudden it was like I just wanted to be with her all the time. And I think that's when you know it's not like you're not making an effort. You want to do it, and that's how I felt. I wanted to spend time with her, and I wanted to be with her.
Oh, I think from the beginning, we would, back in those days, we'll be on the phone for ages, for a long time, just talking for hours and hours, not realizing the time. And then I think when we did meet up, we'll walk. I think where would we spend a lot of time? Regent's Park. Was it Regent? No,
We went to Regent's Park.
Regent's Park quite a bit. Yeah. So the hours would go by and holding hands, talking. I think it was evolved into knowing it's the right person.
Well, for me, it was the moment that I knew that I'd found you as my person was we hadn't actually gone to our official first date. We were going to go for our official first date on the Sunday, and on the Saturday we had a wedding to go to. It was a friends of ours' wedding who we worked with, and you asked me if I wanted to come with you, and I said, yeah, great, whatever. And as we were walking back from the wedding, we were going to the car, and you grabbed my hand.
Okay.
And that was like magic to me. I was like, wow, I've never actually, although it's something very simple, but for me, it was something very poignant because you grabbed my hand and I felt that whole kind of sensation through my arm and my body. And I thought, wow, this is the one. And that was the moment for me.
Yeah. Okay.
I knew that Mark was my person because we had so much in common. So both of our mothers are from Barbados, both of our fathers are from Jamaica, and we just knew a lot of the same things culturally. So things that I'd probably have to explain to other people, I didn't have to explain to him. Like I say, he just got it. And he was a bit of a mommy's boy, I ain't gonna lie. He was a bit of a mommy's boy, a bit of a church boy, really, just so, just so textbook, boy next door type of thing. And I just thought, that's perfect. What more do you want?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I think for me, because my son is from a previous relationship, and we went to dinner for your birthday, and he wrote this. Femi is like a hopeless romantic, which I love, and something I wasn't used to. That day, he turned up to my mom's doorstep with a bouquet of roses, and I call it like a scroll. I didn't even know what you have at this point. Like olden days when they turn up to your door, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" kind of thing. And he was reading. He picked me up, and he was reading a note that he wrote to pick me up to take me on the date. And I was like, first I was mad, yeah, because I was like, "Why are you at my mom's door? I told you to meet me up the road, mate." Because I have a son. I don't want my son to, you know. Anyways, my mom obviously won over, so he came in. And obviously I was like, "This is my friend," whatever. That day, 2 days, two times in that day, I realized maybe this is the person. But I think for me, I wasn't really there yet. But my son did something. And when you're trying to get to know someone, you'd be like, but the way he like really pulled him up and hold him accountable, he was doing something with the football. And when you're just doing too much. And the way that he conducted himself without being, I guess, for a lack of better word, fake. I was like, okay, you're not doing this just because. And when you call me, you were genuinely asking about my son. It was never a pretense. It was never. And then you said something that really stuck with me because I was like, you can't meet my son until a year of dating. And then, what you said to me was I don't know why I'm crying. How can I get to know you when he's the other half of you? And that really hit me because the first person I've ever dated since everything went on in that relationship. And that was a few years later. And I was so guarded. And each time I put my guard up, it was just like, you never gave up. And that just really showed me no matter what, you're really not going to have my back, but you're going to have his as well. And 11 years later, well, almost 11, I can say that that person that you showed me then even though I've waited for days that you're going to show me someone else, you've always just remained you. So I'm grateful for that.